This is Game Set Match Kentucky episode 44, recorded on Thursday, December 19th, 2024, entitled Aces We Have Heard on High. Hey everybody, it's time for a special holiday episode of Game Set Match Kentucky where we talk about all things related to tennis in Kentucky, especially the Central Kentucky Tennis Series. I'm Chris Godby, the chairman and one of the founders of the CKTS, where the lines are good and sandbagging is for golf. I'm in Studio A at CKTS headquarters in Russell Springs. Chad, I should tell the listeners that CKTS headquarters is really my laptop and a file cabinet and a couple of ring binders. That's the CKTS headquarters. But it sounds really cool and official, doesn't it?
It does.
But I guess that's in my home here. In my basement is where we are. And with me right here to my left side is the jolliest tennis coach and tournament director we know, Chad Young, in Studio D. Yeah, welcome and season's greetings.
I guess you could say this is the South Warren High School tennis headquarters, because I probably keep most of my stuff here in my office as opposed to the shed that I have at the courts. But Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Season's greetings. No Santa hats this year.
No, I don't think we did that last year. Well,
really?
I think maybe I wore some deer antlers.
Yeah.
I think I wore
I
some
thought
deer
I had
antlers.
A Santa hat on.
You may have. I
thought I had a sweatshirt that maybe had lights on it. I think I had like a Santa shirt on with lights, if I'm not mistaken. Which I think I'll probably break out for our tennis team's Christmas party tomorrow.
Oh, got another party to look forward to, huh?
That's right.
Okay.
It's the season of holiday parties, that's for sure.
I am you can't see it, but I am wearing a Christmas shirt. You know, I'm such a big fan of Buc-ee's. Mm-hmm. You know, I've got my Buc-ee's Christmas T-shirt on here, and didn't plan that very well, did I? Maybe I can sit like this.
I have to admit, that's one of the more surprising things that I don't know that I would have ever pegged you for someone that would be a big Buc-ee's fan.
I think it's just because my kids are such big fans of it.
Still, I mean, you don't love everything your kids do, and kids going into Buc-ee's is one thing. Grown adults going into Buc-ee's is another. I've only been to a Buc-ee's once.
Oh, really?
Still not been to the Buc-ee's in Warren County since it opened.
Oh, you're just minutes from a Buc-ee's, yeah.
And I went to Buc-ee's on the way back from Auburn, which is where the men's 40 and over sectionals were this year. So we stopped at Buc-ee's on the way back, and been there, done that. Don't think I'll go again. What a zoo that was.
It is a zoo. They're not a sponsor, but I'll plug them anyway. Here's what I like about Buc-ee's. The food is delicious.
Yes.
First of all, and you can get a ton of different things. I like the beef burrito if it's dinner time, or if it's lunch or dinner time. I will get that, or I will get the like the pulled pork sandwich. Mm-hmm. Not a big fan of brisket. They do brisket right there, and they yell out about their brisket when it's ready. You know, I like the pulled pork sandwiches, and the place is so clean. Yeah. The restrooms are immaculate, and there's no waiting. And then
for the restrooms, maybe, but
right, there's no waiting for the restrooms. But there's sometimes there's waiting for a cash register, but not very often.
No, I agree.
And 300 gas pumps,
sure, and gas is cheaper, but it's just, I mean, getting in and out, and then like waiting through what seems like thousands of people, because those bathrooms, at least the one I went to, were kind of in the back left, and so you had to get through all this. I mean, it's like going into a Walmart, you know.
Mm-hmm. Have you tried the homemade fudge they make there? Have you tried the fudge? Have you tried the cookie dough bites?
No, I just had a brisket sandwich. Had a brisket sandwich and probably some potato wedges or something, and then I bought a bag of beef jerky. I wasn't a big fan of the beef jerky, but the brisket sandwich was fantastic. So.
The next time you're there, get a bag of beaver nuggets. You'll thank me later. Okay. All right. And have you noticed? Well, you've only been to one once, but you'll notice next time there are no tables in there.
True.
Because they don't want you to stay. You know, they want you to come in, spend $100 and get back on the road.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to move people in and out of there.
Right, right. It is a high traffic area. Well, enough about Buc-ee's, unless they want to write us a check, and then we'll talk about them a lot more.
Sure.
But
sure. Yeah.
But today on this special holiday episode of Game Set Match Kentucky, we'll look back on a fabulous Aces and Appetizers event from last month. There's plenty of tennis events coming up in January, including Kentucky Tennis Weekend, and we'll name the award winners. All this plus a whole lot more that you never asked for, but we've got to start with the reveal of the 2025
big story.
The CKTS 2025 tournament schedule. We'll get to that in just a second, but first, let me tell you about Vision Cabinet Source. Vision Cabinet Source is a kitchen and bath cabinet supplier that ships all over the United States and has for over a decade. Whether you're building a new home or renovating a room in your home, Vision Cabinet Source can provide you with classic cabinet styles that are well built and affordable. You'll also find that they go above and beyond to provide service that exceeds expectations, from answering your initial questions to ensuring that you're happy with the final delivered product. Every Vision cabinet is built upon their promise to deliver well-constructed cabinets made from solid hardwoods, classic versatile designs that complement your style, affordable options that fit your budget, on-time delivery with shipment within 24 hours, accessible personal service you can count on. They have many different painted and stained lines of cabinets that are stocked in their warehouse in Campbellsville, Kentucky. In making these beautiful cabinets, they have a 17-step finishing process that assures top quality craftsmanship. Go online and look at their styles and designs for yourself, and you'll agree that they do great work at an affordable price. Check them out on their website at visioncabinet.com, or you can call them at 270-465-3222. Tell them you heard about Vision Cabinet Source right here on Game Set Match Kentucky. Well, the 2024 tournament season of the CKTS came and went like a visit from Santa, but before you know it, we'll be back with the best in Kentucky tennis tournament competition as the 2025 season of the CKTS is all lined up, and we're ready to reveal the dates right now. These are on the CKTStour.com website, by the way, right now. And so let's take a look. Chad, do you have that open?
Yeah, let's see here. So the tour again kicks off with Memorial Day weekend, and it will once again be I believe the Miller Park Tennis Classic in Campbellsville. Is that right? Is that the official title?
I think the official title might be the Vision Cabinet Source Miller Park Tennis Classic.
Is that right? Okay.
It was this year anyway. I don't know about next year.
All right. So that is May 31st and June 1st in Campbellsville. And then the Sidney Cassidy Memorial Tournament here in Bowling Green is June 14th and 15th. And then the State Farm E-Town Open is July 5th and 6th in its normal 4th of July weekend slot. 4th of July is on a Thursday, I think, next year. Or I guess it'd be on a Friday because the 5th is Saturday. Then the Danville Open, July 19th through the 20th. That'll be followed by the tournament in Somerset, which is the Alton Blakely Lake Cumberland Open. Is that what those initials are standing for?
That's right. He's reading from some notes that say ABLCO.
ABLCO. That is August 2nd and the 3rd. And then we have the Gator Open, which is here in Bowling Green, and that'll be August 16th and 17th. The Glasgow Open will be Labor Day weekend, which is August 30th and the 31st. And then we wrap up the tour again with the, what was it, First
National Bank Russell
National
County Open.
Bank Russell Springs Open. That'll be September 13th and 14th.
So the players that played this year may notice that the schedule is identical to last year, except that, you have that adjustment by one day, every time the calendar moves to the next year, but they're on the same weekends is what I'm trying to say.
It's really close. And that's first time I can think of in a couple of years. One, we've added some tournaments and brought some tournaments back. And, we've also we had to shuffle some tournaments around a couple of years ago in the order that they fell on the tour because of court issues and whatnot. So I think this is first year I can think of in at least 4 or 5 years where it was pretty easy to put the tour schedule together this year.
I think it was made within about a day.
Yeah,
I think it was.
And there's been other years where that's been a weeks long process.
Right. And some debate and math and. But yeah, I'm glad it was smooth.
And just to pull back the curtain a little bit, one thing that's been a little bit of a stinker for us is that they've pushed the high school season back so much to where we have a team competition basically between the Miller Park and Sidney Cassidy, and so. That has, that can make it tough. So there's just generally the fact that they've pushed the high school season back a little bit was a challenge for us, especially last year.
But I'm looking forward to it. It'll be here before we know it. So
as always, we always both of us say we'd like to play more, and I played Trina's tournament in Glasgow last year for the first time in a couple of years. She's been on me about that. I didn't get to Somerset. I did get to E-Town last year. So I think I've played. I obviously didn't play Russell Springs last year. I would have liked to.
Boo. We protest.
It's actually been a couple of years since I've played the other Bowling Green tournament. So we'll see. I haven't been to Danville in – since it was on the tour 15 years ago. I didn't make it last year. So I hope to maybe play Danville this year.
One thing that I will look forward to as much as these 8 tournaments is the year-end event that we'll do after. Last month in Bowling Green, we held this year-end awards and free indoor play event, now rebranded as CKTS Aces and Appetizers. It was an afternoon where players could pick up their awards and have a photo op, enjoy some food and free indoor tennis, catch up with some old friends, and even sit down for a podcast with these two knuckleheads. Chad, several weeks later now, how fondly do you look back at the CKTS Aces and Appetizers event?
I mean, I think we were pleased with the turnout, and I think the people that were there enjoyed themselves. We had great food. We had some good tennis. I hope it grows. I hope we can continue to grow it. I hope folks who didn't make it this year and haven't been to a banquet in a couple of years will think about coming next year, because we had a lot of fun.
Well, so are you still wishing for more people, even though you're going to do that court rotation thing you were doing? You still want to throw more people into that mix?
Those are good problems to have.
I remember it was challenging for you. And so you just saw some pictures from the event, and I promise to take more pictures next year, or I will recruit someone to take pictures, I guess I should say, because we had our hands full and 3 hours went by very quickly. So thanks to Dave Brown for being there and helping set up. Thanks to LJ Alera from USTA Kentucky for coming down. And he disappeared. He was on the court the whole time, I think. I barely saw him. So he was having a blast. And just some people we hadn't seen in a while. And it was a fun day. It really was.
Yeah. I really we weren't sure how it would go because we were trying to do something new. But I think it was a great event, a great way to kind of wrap up the tour season.
And speaking of events, coming up in just over a month from now is the annual Kentucky Tennis Weekend at the Hyatt Regency in Louisville, hosted by USTA Kentucky. Along with the Hall of Fame dinner and board and committee meetings, one of the highlights of the weekend is the USTA Kentucky Awards Luncheon, which recognizes outstanding contributors to Kentucky tennis over the previous year. Honored at the luncheon are various outstanding players, coaches, volunteers, and organizations that made a significant impact on tennis in Kentucky. Let's take a look at that list of winners, Chad. If you had that pulled up, I'll let you go first.
All right, so we'll start with the Adaptive Tennis Award, and that went to Acing Autism, a program out of Lexington.
The Adult Player of the Year was Darnell McCoy of Louisville.
The Benny Purcell Coach of the Year went to Whitney Thompson out of Louisville. She coaches at Sacred Heart.
The Boys Scholastic Achievement Award this year went to Whitson McNeil of Paducah.
The Bruce Stone Educational Merit Award is somebody that folks who played on the tour this year should be familiar with. Allison Sobiek, is that how you pronounce her name? Is that right?
Yeah.
Thank
Congratulations, Allison.
She's
a friend of mine.
Somerset, part of the Lake Cumberland Tennis Association, right?
That's correct. The CTA of the year was the Henderson Tennis Club of Henderson.
The D.D. Long Spirit Award went to Casey Hutchins of Lexington.
The Diversity and Inclusion Champion Award went to the West Louisville Tennis Club.
The Family of the Year went to the Least family from Versailles, but there is an E-Town connection there. I believe the former Kayla Ditto is now Kayla Least.
She is.
And so she is connected.
Is that the family? Okay.
The family, yeah.
Okay. The Girls Scholastic Achievement Award goes to Caitlin McQueen of Prospect.
The Junior Team Tennis Coordinator of the Year goes to Catherine Lamsfuss of Paducah.
The Junior Female Player of the Year is Bailey Scott of Louisville.
The Junior Male Player of the Year is Colby Burson, also of Louisville.
The Mark Ragland Junior Boys Sportsmanship Award goes to Sam Gurovich of Goshen.
The Mary Lou Hambrick Girls Sportsmanship Award, this one means a lot to me, goes to Peyton Lemley of Bowling Green, who played for me at South Warren.
Great. The Media Excellence Award goes to Jillianne Moncrief of Paducah.
And do you know what the media entity is here?
I actually do not, but we will find out in a month.
Yeah. Because that's obviously the award that we received last year. So
right.
Just want to do some research on.
She could be a photographer. She could be
writer,
a blogger.
That's right.
She may have a podcast. I don't know. She might be a TV personality in Western Kentucky. I honestly don't know. We'll find
the
out.
Most Improved Boy Award goes to Luca Lopez of London.
The Most Improved Girl is Joanna Zhang of Bowling Green.
And that is also a South Warren Spartan.
All right.
Yeah. Outstanding Parks and Recreation Department goes to the Owensboro Parks and Recreation Department.
The Paulette Griffith Local League Coordinator is Chelsea Hartman of Murray.
The Special Tennis Event of the Year is also a special one to us here in Bowling Green. It went to the Soki Wimbledon Grass Court Clinic, which was an event that we held at Covington Woods. We had a grass court that was available for the fortnight of Wimbledon, but we had an event the weekend that Wimbledon kicked off, attended by one of our very own board members. Steve Humphreys made the long trip down here to be a part of that. So we had a really good time, and that'll probably become an annual event, I would think.
So are we up to about 8 Bowling Green Award winners now? Why don't you guys just get together and rent a bus?
I think it's
and come up.
I think it's just those 3. I think it's just those 3.
It feels like more than that, but congratulations. No, proud of you all. The tennis facility of the year is the Ashland Tennis Center.
The tennis official of the year goes to Clay Boone of Maysville.
The tennis professional of the year is Roberto Espilaga of Louisville. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
The tournament of the year is the National Indoors Men's 30s and Women's Multiple Age Division that was held in Lexington.
And the volunteer of the year is Emily Barnett of Simpsonville. So every Kentucky award winner is then eligible to win a Southern Section award. And I do have that list, and I want to read those to you. You don't have those in front of you, I don't think. So I'll go through those. There were 5 of these that won also the Southern Award in addition to the Kentucky Award. So the first one is the Diversity and Inclusion Champion Award, the West Louisville Tennis Club. So they won the Southern Award for that. The Spirit Award, Marilyn Sherman Spirit Award, Casey Hutchins wins that one. The Family of the Year, the Least Family of Versailles, they also win the Southern Section. And Coach of the Year, Whitney Thompson of Louisville. Congratulations, Whitney. And the Outstanding Parks and Rec Award is Owensboro Parks and Rec. So I think that's pretty big deal. 5 winners from Kentucky, because last year there were 3? Is that correct?
Yeah,
or 2?
I mean, we won, and Chris also won
Chris
the
Hamilton
Spirit Award.
Mm-hmm. There was just 2 then, right? Am I forgetting someone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I had 3 in mind because it's 3 people, but it was 2 awards. So,
Yep.
Well, that will be the weekend before Kentucky Tennis Weekend. So that's mid to late January. But when Kentucky Tennis Weekend rolls around in late January, once again, Chad and I are going to set up the Game Set Match Kentucky podcast table and do another remote at Kentucky Tennis Weekend. Are we doing anything else that weekend, Chad, that you can think of?
I do think we have something planned on Saturday. I think they have asked us to be the MCs again, if I'm not correctly.
Oh, yes, I think they did.
We were worried that we didn't get called back, but
well, we thought we were subs. A substitute teacher is not often asked to stay. Sometimes they are, and we were asked to come back. So here we are.
Do that bad of a job. They didn't hate our jokes that much.
I guess not. And we're excited to do it, and I'm looking forward to that. And won't have to get up as early because we're going to podcast on Friday. Maybe. I don't know if you got that message yesterday. I don't know how that sounds to you, but I think we'll do that, and maybe I'll, if there are no meetings we have to go to or on Saturday morning, might get a little extra sleep, because I think I got up at about 6 last year to set up all the podcast stuff, and then lunch is at noon. It was a pretty crazy morning, but honestly had a really good time and looking forward to it again. We can move into some announcements now. Chad, if you have any SoKy tennis announcements you want to share with us, this would be the time.
Yeah, so we've got a couple of exciting events coming up. First, we have a junior tennis camp, a Christmas camp over the holiday break. So next week after Christmas, there is a camp on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, December 26th through the 28th. That'll be from 10:30 to 1:30 each day. It is for intermediate players between the ages of 10 and 18. And then there's another camp the following week, which most schools are still on break after the new year. And again, that's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, January 2nd through the 4th. That is 10:30 to 1:30 here at the Warren County Tennis Facility. And then we have a couple tournaments just around the corner. We had a Winter Flights event. That's the one-day WTN-based tournament. We had one just a couple weeks ago in December that was a great event. Had a lot of folks that played from around the area. You get 3 or 4 matches usually. They play one set, so it's a different format, but people seem to really like that. And we've got the second Winter Flights tournament coming up on Saturday, January 11th. That is on the USTA website. It's also on the CKTS Tennis website, CKTS.net, if you want to find out more information and sign up for that. And then the following weekend, we have the Buchanan Classic. That is an event that's a level 6 tournament for the juniors. And they have 12, 14, 16, 18-year-old divisions, both in singles and doubles. And then there's an open event for adults. There's men's open singles and doubles, women's open singles, doubles, and then there's a mixed doubles as well. So got 2 tournaments coming up in January, and then the camp coming up the couple weeks after Christmas.
Very cool. Anything else? That'll hold us for a while, won't it?
That'll hold us. That'll get us to the USTA weekend for sure.
Lots of stuff going on in January. So if you want to learn more about Soki Tennis, you can go to SokiTennis.net or visit their Facebook page at facebook.com/Soki Tennis. You can email us your tennis news and event information to info@gamesetmatchky.com if you're having leagues, clinics, camps, social events, or tournaments. We don't have a challenge the call question today, and we have not had one in a while. I would like to collect some over the winter to use in upcoming shows. So if you have questions about tennis in general, if you want to argue about the quality of the food at Buc-ee's or anything like that, it doesn't have to be a tennis challenge. You can challenge whatever. Just send us an email to challenge@gamesetmatchky.com. And with that, I've got to wrap a few Christmas presents here, Chad, before the holidays fully hit. So I think that's going to just about serve out this episode of Game Set Match KY. Thanks, everybody, for a great year. It's been a fantastic year, starting all the way back in January with USTA Kentucky Awards and Southern Awards, and all the tournaments, and leading up into Aces and Appetizers. It's been a fantastic year. I think this is our 9th episode this year, Chad. That's pretty good for us. Yeah, the goal is always 10. And I think it's been a long, long time since 10. Maybe the second year that this existed, maybe we got to 10. But thank you, everyone, for a great year. We're very excited about 2025. And if you enjoy the show, you can subscribe with any major podcast app on your mobile device. You can subscribe on your iPad. You can subscribe on your computer. You can use any app. If you're an audio-only person, listen to us on Apple, Spotify, iHeart, Amazon, Audible, all the major podcast apps. We are there. Or you can watch us on Facebook and YouTube, as you may be doing right now. If you wouldn't mind, give us a 5-star rating and leave us a review in your podcast app. We would really appreciate that. You can go to gamesetmatchky.com to go back through any of our episodes and look at the links that I put in there, show notes and that kind of thing. Please go give a like to our Facebook page, which is at GameSetMatchKY. We're also on X and Instagram. The CKTS is everywhere at CKTS Tour. Chad is on X at Chad Young Tennis, and I'm on X at Chris Godby. I want to say thanks again to our sponsor, Vision Cabinet Source, and we're now seeking to add new sponsorships for the upcoming year. If you would like to sponsor us and advertise your business, you can reach out to info@gamesetmatchky.com to send a message and ask about that. Chad, do you have any last-minute Christmas greetings or anything to share before we go?
No, just, again, appreciate all the folks who tell us that they listen to the podcast. It's always fun when we go out to events.
Yeah, all three of you all. Thank you so much.
Keep telling us.
That'd be my parents.
But no, I mean, it was a great year. Looking forward to another. I say it with a little bit of apprehension because, once we get done with Christmas, January ends up being a pretty busy month, and then high school season.
And then it's high school season. Yep.
And then the tour starts, and it's just it just flies by. So
there's
we're
really no
excited for
time
another
off, is
year.
there? There's really no
There
time
really
off.
isn't.
No, but I mean, we love it, or we wouldn't do it. So
Yep. I'm fortunate to do what I love. So, and I'm thankful for this opportunity as well. So it's been a lot of fun.
Oh, what is that Santa? No, it's Hawkeye. And Hawkeye says, we are out. We're sure. We're out. It's out.
Merry Christmas.
Well, Merry Christmas, Chad. Until next time and next year, I'm Chris Godby with Chad Young, and this has been Game Set Match Kentucky.